in his body and some people and make them like spew milk from their nipples?
I'm gonna squeeze your nipple.
Nah, don't do that.
So actually, your prolactin levels in a man or a woman will go up, particularly with nipple play.
I had no idea you could milk a cat.
Oh yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
So nipple play is a prolactin increasing type of thing, you know? What a guy won't be able to do is produce enough milk in order to feed an infant. But what he will be able to do is he can potentially get, that just a little bit, like a little squirt of it out.
Right.
If some,
A shot.
Yeah. So
Straight. Look, you already know what it is. Safari here. I'm locked in, and yo, check it out. Right now, you are watching You Just Got Juiced. Look, these are the reactions, and if you ain't subscribed yet, then what the hell on God's green earth are you waiting for? Alright? I'm watching it. I want to see some reactions. So it's all about You Just Got Juiced reaction. Make sure you logged in, checked in, subscribed in, watch it, and make sure it's everything proper, lock up, plastic and proper and straight out, and not them mama sober crotches. Straight.
What's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor. I just want you to know that you watching You Just Got Juiced reactions. Don't forget, you got the juice now.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy You Just Got the Juice, and we are back at it again for another live reaction video. If this is your first time here at the channel, let me say thank you guys for checking me out. Here at this channel, I like to watch videos that people send to me through via Discord or Instagram. And if you want to follow me on one of those platforms, link is in the bio. Also streaming on Twitch and Kick. So what I like to do is just react to certain trending videos and just give my honest opinion and talk to you like you're my family and friends. So it's kind of unfiltered and uncut. So don't mean any harm by my views, because like I said, we all was raised different and have the different opinions, so we all gonna see things in a different eye. But the thing is, can we discuss about it, discuss our differences in the comments section and kind of see how each other feel about certain topics. So can men produce breast milk and breastfeed a child? That's the topic of this little session right here, and I'm probably intrigued to hear this answer, because what the fuck, bro? I never knew that was even possible. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video.
So if a man has advanced levels of prolactin in the system, he can actually lactate, right?
Yes.
So are there behaviors that men can participate in that would enable them to breastfeed babies like naturally? Is like
He just had a baby, Doc, and he tired of old girl. No, I'm just
no.
Hey man, where did Craig be coming up with these damn questions, bro? I gotta turn the camera off. I'm smoking. I don't want to get no YouTube penalty. But yeah, he be coming up with some weird questions, but he be doing some good ass research though. That's one thing I will say about Craig, bro. He is a unique character.
Real spit though, like, so if a man is participating in the need of a pop smear, would that increase the prolactin levels in his body in some people and make them like spew milk from their nipples?
I'm gonna squeeze your nipple.
Nah, don't do that.
So actually, your prolactin levels in a man or a woman will go up, particularly with nipple play. So nipple play is a prolactin increasing type of thing, So that's one thing. And then Some gentlemen
turn the
will have
camera
like a
off.
little bit of a tumor that'll cause extra bit of prolactin. And basically, all of the stuff that we're exposed to in our foods and things like that can cause gentlemen to have more prolactin produced than possible. What a guy won't be able to do is produce enough milk in order to feed an infant. But what he will be able to do is he can potentially get, that just a little bit, like a little squirt of it out if someone sucks. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have a partner who sucks on your nipple.
Hold up. Didn't Cassie? Oh no. He liked to get the hold up. That wasn't the story that Cassie. It was okay, hold up. I'm trying to get it right. When Cassie was doing what she was doing with Diddy, if I'm correct, he instructed the guy to finish, and when the guy finished, she had to push it out and then rub it on his nipples. So does Diddy got some kind of hormonal problem, or do he squirt milk out his nipples? What type of information is this? Never heard of the breast man. I said breast man. Never heard of a man having breast milk, bro.
All the time, as a guy, you can start to notice that you'll be dripping. You look at your shirt and be like, damn, what is that? So,
now you're gonna be requesting.
No, I'm not lactating. I'm just saying.
Of course, Chris.
I'm just saying that's some wild shit. When I learned that, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. There are men that can actually breastfeed a baby.
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
And men can actually start to grow breasts, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how they're looking at it. It's something called galactorrhea. If, for instance, guys who drink a lot of alcohol, you'll notice if you have a friend or a buddy who just, you guys are kind of like, dang, he drinks too much. Somebody needs to tell him. You'll start to notice he'll start getting,
the Casamigos. It's giving me. Oh no! I gotta cut back on the drinking. I'm gonna be squirting milk on my nipples.
Man boobs, because what's happening there is, he's really disrupting his hormones and his ability to get some of the estrogen out, and he starts to create.
Cause like I was like, what? Yeah, man. There's a point in time I was drinking beers heavy, and then I started just drinking liquor heavy. Now it makes sense, man. Oh man, but I'm not. They ain't big though, Oh, I used to. Oh, damn, it's the liquor, bro. And I don't drink every day, but when I drink, I drink. Plus the foods. I gotta do something, bro.
Create man boobs and his testicles shrink. So there's a lot that can happen between
the
the
bigger
food.
your titties, the smaller your balls. What can you do to increase the ball size, the sperm production? Because I think every man wants to be able to orgasm for a longer period of time. So is there anything you could do to increase the amount of sperm you produce so you have a longer orgasm?
I got one last.
Like no homo, but like I never got the what's the word I'm looking for? I never produce as much as they do like on the porns. So I'm like, I know it's possible, but like my shit. So yeah, that is a valid question. How can you produce more sperm?
Gotta get it all juiced up. Neon Icon here. Big summer on the way. I'm gonna check out those juice reactions. I'm gonna go check it out and go subscribe. I know it's right. Just got juiced up, Dan Tony.
There's so much. As a matter of fact, I think I just released a video on Monday about that particular topic because gentlemen really are concerned, like how can they increase the amount of ejaculate that comes out, and how can they, sometimes it's too watery. How do you make it thicker? But what you have to keep in mind is that when it comes to ejaculate and semen, it's a coordinated effort between your prostate and your seminal vesicles, and what happens as time goes by is your prostate actually starts to get a little weaker. It's not as healthy. And then your seminal vesicles are the same. So the majority of the fluid is coming from the seminal vesicles, and the sperm is coming from your testicles. But there's just a tiny bit of sperm, and most of that fluid that comes out is particularly seminal fluid.
What's the
So
ratio?
so probably about 90% of it is seminal fluid, seminal and prostatic fluid, and just about 10%.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I thought sperm came from the nuts. I mean, I thought when you ejaculate, that came from the nuts. So I just learned something new. Look, it's crazy. Like you was taught this stuff in school, maybe, I think. But do you really remember this stuff? Because how often do you have a conversation about these, like stuff like this? Like, that's why I feel as though half stuff they taught you in school was irrelevant, because do you even use that knowledge? Like, especially history class, boy. I mean, because especially if you're black anyway, because we wasn't even taught the right history to begin with. So besides math and reading, what else? Yeah, what else did you really carry over from school? I mean, unless honestly, I think it's just good that I don't know. I think the only advantage is you got something to talk about in a conversation, depending on who you're talking to about certain excuse me, about certain things that happen in history or something. Because other than that, I don't know. I mean, besides reading the math, I think that's the basics. That's the thing. That's the only basic fundamentals you need to survive in life. But yeah, sex ed, they might have taught us this, but we probably was laughing as kids and giggling, so we wasn't paying no attention anyway. So I don't mind saying I didn't know. I learned something new.
Of that is sperm. And so we call it sperm, but it's really not mostly swimmers in there. It's just mostly like carbohydrates and sugar and things like that.
So ICE need to come get that shit. No,
I one last question.
That was fucked up. I know I shouldn't have said. Go ahead, D.
Okay. As far as vasectomies,
yeah,
is it easy to reverse them? Like men are so afraid to get that done. Can we?
Yeah.
Can we elaborate on that, like right now? Because I know that there's a lot of men that, if they wanted to get a vasectomy, maybe stay child free, or avoid having. Can they do a vasectomy on that kind of like not a casual tip, but for that, to not have any children, and then reverse it when they're ready? Is that?
They can, but really it's a whole process, and it's very expensive to do a reversal.
Oh, okay,
so yes, so when they reverse a vasectomy, you have to, so if you've clipped and burned the tubes, now you have to go back and take those tubes and clip off the dead parts of each tube. Then you have to kind of use a micro suture or tiny sewing device to kind of put them back together, and then you have to shoot some fluid through it, and then you have to test later to see, is it really open, and then you're just kind of hoping and praying that it works.
What?
But
is it
there
easier
are
for
plenty
the
of
woman
guys
the woman or the man to get? Which one would be easiest? The tubes
the
tied?
easiest is for the guy to get it. Like for him to get vasectomy is much easier, much simpler. It's an in-office procedure, versus her getting her tubes tied is a whole conundrum.
Hold up. It's an in-office procedure? So it's not even a surgery? I don't know nothing about this either, and I don't know. I just can't picture nobody cutting my balls, bro. Like, I got 2 dogs. I won't even cut their balls, and like, the motherfuckers keep marking up all my shit. But like, it's just if you born with it, man. Like, if God, I feel as though God gave it to you, don't take it away. Like, just be smart, use condoms, or just. And then for people her age, now for D, for people her age, who you shouldn't be getting pregnant anyway, right? Like, are you still even having a period? So I'm confused, man. Like, who is a vasectomy really for? because I don't know.
Of things.
Just use a condom, bro.
So yes, if you had
You
to
got to go
compare,
up in that big ass hallway for some of these girls. But anyway, so look, Doc, you know what? We could talk to you all day because you're so elegant, Doc. I love to watch you speak because when you speak, you can see the experience. You can see the...
Yeah, this is my first time seeing this lady, but compared to the other lady, that Cheyenne Bryant, you get a big difference. And she actually, and like I said, I don't know nothing about her. Corey says she's a real doctor, but I'm gonna have to do my own research. But she got the doctor outfit on. She got some books. She seemed like a regular, normal person, not no 304 bust down Tatiana. So you know, I'm until I do my research, which I will do later on today. But as of right now, I'm gonna take her word that she's a doctor, and she gave me some stuff that I didn't know. I learned something today, and I laughed. And Corey should do this a little bit more often. You know, he should switch it up like this, or find more guests that's able to educate us as a whole, as a community. And yeah, I appreciate what he did on this episode. So how do y'all feel about this? Leave your comments down below. It's your boy, You Just Got Juice, and I'll catch you guys next time, and we are out. Don't laugh at my man boobs. All right, let me close this out.